Made Simple. I'm the Carolina Chef. Today, we are making a simple charro bean. Oh yeah. It's super simple. You guys will love these. Look at all of this goodness. And this bowl is very hot, so I'm not going to hold it very long. But you got your jalapeños, your bacon, your beans, your cilantro. You got all your seasonings in there, your tomatoes. And guess what? I'm almost all out of my spoons, because while this is cooking, I'm sitting there taste testing because it's so good. Your tummies will love you. Yes, that is right, friends. So make sure you watch this full video and let's play. So let's get started. I have a quarter of a stick of butter that I'm melting on medium heat. And now I have, it's probably the equivalent of an onion diced up that I froze. So a lot of times I'll take leftover onion that I'm afraid that I'm not going to use, and I'll go ahead and dice it up, stick it in the freezer, and then I'll use it for other recipes. So we're going to dump this in here. And you can tell it's a mix. It's got some purple and some white onion. And then I have 2 jalapeños that I diced up. I took out the seeds out of one and left the seeds in one, just so we get some nice spice with this. And then we're just going to let this simmer a little bit, kind of saute, get a little tender. And then we'll add our bacon in and let that cook for a little bit. And our spices. And then we'll add our tomato. And then we'll add our jalapenos and our onion. Have sauteed for a little bit. So now we're going to throw in our bacon. And I've just diced up 4 slices of thick cut bacon. We're going to let this cook for a little bit, but I'm going to go ahead and add our seasoning, which is onion powder, garlic, some seasoning salt, some black pepper, smoked paprika, and then I also have some beef base in here just to give it some extra flavor. You're going to want to stir this around real good. Start letting that bacon break up. Man, this is already smelling so good. This is when you need some smell-o-vision going on. This is just a real simple way to make charro beans. Oh man, I wish you guys could smell this. So we're gonna let this cook for probably about 5 minutes, letting all those flavors work together. Then we'll add our tomatoes. And then we'll add our beans. So we have everything in the pan. It's cooked for about 5 minutes now. And this smells wonderful, friends. It smells so good. So now we're adding a tomato. And I've got about a tomato and a half. That's just going to give it some extra moisture. And then instead of adding water, I like to add 1 beer to mine, just for the extra flavor. I think it gives it just a little bit better flavor, in my opinion. Now, some people will use, will add chorizo, hot dogs to theirs. You know, just a bunch of different meats. But normally, I just add bacon to mine, and then a little bit of beef base. One of these days, I'll probably get brave enough to add a hot dog in there. But I'm sure it's probably good. So now we're going to add, I've got 3 cans of pinto beans and 1 can of chili beans. I kept the juice from the chili beans, but I drained the pinto beans because we added that beer. And then this is all going to cook up real nice, and it'll start to thicken. So we're going to let this, once I add the beans, we're going to cover this and let it simmer, and then we'll stir this occasionally. But this flavor, oh, it smells so good. And the reason I'm making so much, because I like to make, when I make charro beans, I try to make extra. And the reason I make extra, because I'm going to freeze them. And then the next time I make chili, then I got some really good beans for that chili. So throughout this, if it starts looking like it's getting too thick, I will add some water as we go. So just so you know, if it's getting thick or you're starting to see a lot of beans kind of like that, you need to add some water. So we're going to put this on probably number 3, a low heat, and let this we're going to let this simmer and let all these flavors work together for about 2 to 3 hours. So it's been about 2.5 hours that our charro beans have cooked. Right at that 2-hour mark, I added a half of a bunch of chopped cilantro just to add more flavor to these beans. They are so good. I went through about half of my spoons because I keep eating and eating and eating. It's so tasty. I mean, and it's nice. It's got a nice sauce to it. I mean, look at that. Look at all that goodness. Your tomato, your jalapeños, your bacon, your beans. I mean, it's, oh, it's so good. So make sure you check out the description because we're doing a Spanish rice later on in the week that we'll attach to this, and also a Mexican grilled pork tenderloin. Oh, we've marinated it for 2 days. I'm getting ready to stick it on the grill. I cannot wait. It's going to taste so good. So we want to thank all of you for watching, all of our subscribers. We appreciate all the comments that we've been getting. We've been getting a lot of great comments and a lot of suggestions. I really appreciate that. So keep those coming. And if you will, make sure you do the 3 S's. Smash that like button. Share with your family and friends. And make sure you subscribe. And set that little notification bell up there. Hit that so that when we make a new video, when we post a new video, you guys are getting notifications to make sure you go check it out. We really appreciate it so much. Thank you so much. God bless. Have a great day.